It's Castleford against either Leeds or Hull FC. 5 o'clock live a Saturday week, Sky Sports Arena, and also on the main event. Well, last night's semi-final is being hailed as one of golden era, and they are determined to go out tonight, I know, in style. They're about to come onto the field with their children by their side. Danny Maguire's son Louis is there, and Rob has got his two daughters, Macy and Maya. Out comes Danny, first of all. Both these two determined to leave on a high, as did Jamie Peacock, Kylie Luai and Kevin Sinfield just a couple of years ago. Lovely gesture by Leeds, this to welcome them especially to the field. And of course that third great player to make a farewell appearance at Headingley tonight is the Hull skipper Gareth Ellis. He played in 3 Old Trafford deciders for the Rhinos, 123 games for Leeds in all. This is his 99th Hull appearance tonight, desperate to make it to 100 next week, and he's joined by his children, Isaac, Eva and Florence. So this is the moment for these two sides. They all have designs on the biggest prize of them all, the grand final, a week tomorrow. Terry O'Connor, we had a classic last night. Can we expect same again?
Oh, they got it all on to beat last night's drama, haven't they, Eddie? Those 3 players that you mentioned, the credit to the game, represented club and country with distinction. But it's not about those players, and those players will be saying that it's all about getting the result, making sure we focus. The Jamie Jones Buchanan, who was a guest last night on Sky Sports, he's the last of that golden generation that'll be wearing the Leeds Rhinos jersey next year. Some great players leaving both clubs. We are going to have an absolute belting game. Both teams would have watched last night, seeing that at the end of this game, Castleford are waiting at Old Trafford to take them on in what will be an absolute outstanding final. The point is, Eddie, you've got to get over this game first.
You have, and Hull, to achieve the dream of getting to Old Trafford, they must end a decade-long Headingley hoodoo. They have really been in trouble for the last 12 visits here. They have failed to win any of them. So here we go. We're underway. We are 80 minutes away from knowing this year's grand final lineup. And it will be fierce, it will be strong, it will be tough. Let's hope there's a good degree of skill on show as well. And Leeds know the threat that Mahe Fanua will pose during the course of the next 80 minutes.
Well, Lee Radford's named his strongest team. They're a big physical side. You see teams that like to play outside here. Hull FC like to run through you, get over the top. They've got some big men in the middle. They've got some very good outside backs, like this man, Carlos Tumavavi. He's looking for the gap, looking for a Leeds Rhinos player to jump the line. No one did on that occasion.
Adam Cuthbertson named in the side tonight at loose forward, so Brian McDermott is certainly aiming to match the physicality that this team in black and white will throw at them. This is the first touch for young Jack Walker, 18 years of age, and he's in the semi-final.
And that's a smart move. Brian McDermott knows and understands that the size and the physicality of Hull, you need to combat that, and you need a fair bit of work rate as well. Tom Briscoe, the man playing the ball, had a torrid time in that semi-final, ultra determined when I spoke to him before the game. Lee Radford and Brian McDermott, both former Bradford Bulls teammates.
And both within, well, a couple of feet of each other watching from this side of the ground. It's Leeds who have reached tackle number 4 here. Parcell gives it to Cuthbertson. He goes on a typical trademark run and gets a typical trademark offload away to Jamie Jones Buchanan.
And they'll be disappointed with that. The first time he carries the ball, he offloads it.
Last tackle, Moon with a dab towards the corner. But Albert Kelly was there very quickly, got down low and made sure that the ball wasn't going past him.
Well, he does well, Kelly, because he's under some pressure, kicking the ball into the corner. A lot of work would have been done by Lee Radford early on in the week about saying, got to make sure that when you hit Cuthbertson, you wrap that ball up. The first time they did it, he got the offload away. If that keeps on going through the night, that will get you that play.
Well, Headingley tonight, not the red-hot cauldron it might have been. The South Stand, the renovations now are well and truly underway. And the fact that they have that building site over on the far side, it might well benefit the black and whites here this evening, because of the South Stand, they can make a noise. And they, all being well, will have the South Stand at least half completed by the beginning of next year. Will the South Stand be watching a team of champions? Ryan Hall with a slip, but the chase not as quick as it might have been, so he escapes that. That's as far as Manu.
That's what Mark Sneed does for you, though, isn't it? He can get some distance on the kicks. Obviously, there was a slip there from Ryan Hall, but he just spots the space. That's the first play that Manu's kicking the ball, looking for. Find that grass.
Everyone talks about the size of this whole pack and all the big players they've got. There aren't many who carry the ball as effectively as Mitch Garbutt, the guy who just got up and played it quickly then. He's been phenomenal for Leeds this season at making ground.
That's Parcell, plays the ball to Joel Moon. Here now is Adam Cuthbertson, looks for the trademark offload again, gets it. Picked up by Garbutt. Garbutt gets to the 40-metre mark inside the whole half of the field. They've reached tackle number 5. Expect the kick here. Maguire punched it high. He was taken a bit late then, actually. I don't know whether the touch judge and referee have seen it. Yes, they have.
It's not so much the lateness, Eddie. It's the tackle into the legs of the kicker. It's apparently where the ball lands.
Well, Maguire not impressed by the challenge, and he's certainly having a war of words already with Liam Watts.
Danny. Relax now, that's why it's a penalty. Okay, do you need treating? Okay.
I think there might have been a touch of language that we don't like to hear normally on Sky Sports. Our apologies for that if you did pick it up off the referee's microphone.
It's a penalty. He's done at the standing leg.
The ball had gone. It's a bit late.
Wait.
It's slightly late, but the concern of the officials is tackling the other leg of the kicker.
Well, they're coming together of Maguire and Liam Watts. Very early doors. This is a chance. Oh, it could be a try here for Stevie Ward. This could be a try. He certainly got the ball on the line, but was there a double movement here?
I've got no try.
I think that's the thought in the back of referee Phil Bentham's mind.
Well, it certainly did look on first look as if he was certainly short of the line, and then he promoted the ball. It's all about whether his momentum took him over the line at this point.
Good run from him. Solid run.
Well, the other thing to look at as well, is he tackled? Because if he's not tackled, he can actually promote the ball. So a couple of things for the video referee to look at.
This is the angle, isn't it? Does it keep that ball off the floor?
Oh, I think it does.
Big play.
I think it does. Now what they're trying to look at is that the ball or the arm carrying the ball doesn't touch the ground. And I think from that you see that he does play well. So he's kept that ball off the ground. That's a fair grounding. I think this will be there's sufficient evidence there to overturn this decision. This should be a try.
And a try it is to Stevie Ward in his first playoff appearance since 2012. It's a great start for Brian McDermott and the Leeds Rhinos, and in particular for Stevie Ward. He was a teenager in the side that won the Super League title in 2012. Just have another look at this, and it all came about as a result of that penalty.
Well, Liam Watts, the man who was sent from the field a couple of weeks ago when they played Wigan, gives the first penalty away. Stevie Ward, look at that. Everyone's expected him to pass the ball. They were hanging off. Danny Houghton, the man who's renowned in the game for his tackling, just giving too much space, looking at Cuthbertson. That forward has now gone into 6, Eddie.
They are expecting him to pass, but also when he doesn't pass, he's almost in charge of setting field position. Most teams set up camp between the H's, and because the defenders lay off him, he's got the normally reliable Danny Houghton in front of him. He thinks I'll have a go at this one.
Remarkable score from Stevie Ward, and improved, as you saw, by Callum Watkins. 6-0 the Leeds Rhinos. Great start for them. 5 minutes gone, that's all. A bit longer than we had to wait last night for the first try of the match, but still, it was a very good score. A great effort by Ward, that was.
Huge effort from Stevie Ward. He's a good player, isn't he? And this one, Brad Singleton.
Solid run from Singleton. This last week's win at Hull. This is his 149th career appearance. What a place Old Trafford would be to notch up 150. Good offload again by Cuthbertson. He's in the mood, isn't he?
That's 3 that he's got away in the first 5 minutes, Eddie.
Ward is halted this time. A push maybe by Minicello, which Garbutt will take it forward now as far as Gareth Ellis.
He's certainly up for the battle. Last week against Huddersfield, he made 192 metres from 21 carries.
Another kick this time. It's placed kick from Danny Maguire.
You look
halfway line.
When you look at the forwards on shore, you look at Singleton and Garbutt for Leeds Rhinos, they charge the ball forward. You have to tackle them in 2 stages. You first of all need to stop them, then second of all get them to the floor. With Adam Cuthbertson, that 2-stage tackle technique is first of all stop him and then prevent him getting the offload away. 3 occasions he's got an offload away, and that will resonate in the mind of those Hull FC forwards. They'll go a bit harder on him the next time they get in contact with him.
Wait.
Leeds chasing a 10th grand final appearance at Old Trafford, their 7th Super League title in 10 years, their 8th in total. Snead feeds the scrum. Out it comes via Houghton.
What? Move! Go
Well, all the play seems to have been down Hull FC's line. Need a control set here, a decent kick.
Good defence, though, on Sikamano from those three.
The good Eddie, they're getting numbers in, they're slowing up the road. Look at this line speed again here.
This is Liam Watts. He goes down under the challenge of Ward. Jamie Shaw. Good run from him, but Callum Watkins spotted the danger there immediately. Houghton to Minicello. Mark Minicello takes it forward, named in the Italy World Cup squad again this week. Mark Minicello. Sneed, left-footed, measured kick, but across to cut it out comes young Jack Walker. And he feeds Ryan Hall.
Well, it's easy for Leeds' back three. They're catching the ball on the full. Because of what they're doing in defence, they're restricting the metres that Hull FC are making. So when the kick, when they get to the kick, they're not finding any decent field position. There's no real chase there. There's no threat. There's no danger.
Briscoe to his feet will play it here to Parcell. And there's Garbutt, and now it's with Maguire. He dropped the shoulder, thought about the pass, but Mark Sneed wouldn't be fooled. 40 metres away from the Hull line. It's with Stevie Ward. And a solid run from the second row forward. Parcell waits. This is tackle number 5. So Maguire will hoist the kick out wide down the left-hand side. Mahe Fanua is underneath it. Mahe Fanua has knocked it on. This is Jamie Jones-Buchanan. And he's wiped the tackle count down again.
He backs off and then tries to come onto the ball. It was a perfect kick.
Singleton now will take it in. No need for any panic as far as Leeds are concerned. They've got bags of tackles in the bag. They're only 3 metres shy. Parcell drops the ball off. Cuthbertson gets the ball away again to Singleton. Here now is Moon. Moon running laterally across the face of play, then straightens it up. Big effort from Hull to bring him down. Leeds certainly on the front foot here with Watkins. Good goal line defence from Hull so far. 3 gone though, 3 remaining in this set. Parcell. It's with Ward again, and Ward then to Maguire. Flat pass. It's Cuthbertson. Again he gets that ball away.
5 offloads he's got away.
Walker, good run. Only gets as far as Minicello though. A little bit of help from Twimavadi as well. 4 gone. Can Hull withstand this pressure? Moon fires the pass. Watkins close again. So close. 5 tackles gone. This is the last for Leeds. Parcell fires the pass to Maguire. He'll stab the kick in. It ricochets. It ricochets off. But that's the turnover. The ball played the man, not the other way round.
Trying to build some pressure, just trying to thread that ball through. Brian McDermott looks on, knowing that Leeds Rhinos are all over Hull FC. They just can't get away from the try line.
It's always a risk when you throw a leg out, when a ball goes through, a grubber goes through. Luckily for Hull FC, the defence was good, their attitude was good, and they've got the ball back now.
Hull in possession, but Leeds swarming in to try and get the ball carrier down. Very quick line speed from the Rhinos. Once again, no way forward for Talanoa. He plays the ball then to Houghton and Kelly, forced to kick early. Gets the kick away. Walker had a little touch on it, knocked it backwards though, but look where he has to pick it up, just shy of his own goal line. He's trying to use a bit of pace, then gets it away to Tom Briscoe. Confident from the young fullback.
If you cast your mind back to the Challenge Cup semi-final when Hull beat Leeds, I think that one of the standout memories to me was the effective kicks that Hull put in and the ineffective ones that came from Leeds. It's been the reverse of that in the opening 10 minutes of this match. The kicks from Leeds have been problematic. Mahe Fanui's knocked on with one. They've been under pressure. And here with a penalty now. Lee Radford knows it's not started ideally how he planned last night.
Penalty to the Leeds Rhinos because Liam Watts interfering.
Eddie, and they kicked on the third play. They didn't want to defend near their own line. Do all the hard work. They trap Leeds near the line, and then they give that penalty away. And all of a sudden now they are defending in their own half again.
They are, because just over halfway, Watkins played that ball to Parcell. Here is Mitch Garbutt. Solid run forward from him. Makes 12 good metres. Will get to his feet and play it here to Parcell. He goes left-hand side and finds Moon. Moon then drops the ball off to Jamie Jones-Buchanan. 3 tackles gone, indicates referee Phil Bentham. Parcell and Singleton. And here is Moon. Flat pass. Garbutt. Hull appearing for a forward pass. Never looked like it from this angle. Parcell saying we're going to go down the left-hand side, and then goes up the middle. It's fooled everybody, almost fooled the whole defence. They've reached tackle number 5, though, have Leeds, and Maguire's delicate kick looking for Briscoe again. Well, the ball is touched down, but it's a knock-on, I think.
Well, he's got some speed.
Be the turnover.
He's got some speed out of dummy half. Parcell gets Hull going on the back foot, which enables Danny Maguire to kick that ball under no pressure.
I think the reason Parcell had a bit of time and space, you'll notice the Hull FC defenders, when they're tackling the Leeds players, Cuthbertson in particular, they're staying up, just waiting for that offload. That means they're slow to get back, and Parcell can get on his bike and test them.
Hull only arrived here about an hour and 10 minutes before kick-off time. There were problems on the motorway as they made their way across here. An accident apparently on the M62. So their pre-game preparation wasn't ideal. But that's great defence from Leeds. And they bundle Mahe Fanua over the line and almost into the building site.
There's 5 players there wearing Leeds Rhinos jersey. It was good hands on the right-hand side from Jake Conner, who gives that man the ball. Look at him as soon as he gets that. Nice hands. Tries to take Moon on the outside. He's just held up. And then as soon as he's held up by Parcell and Sutcliffe and Jamie Jones-Buchanan.
I feel a little bit sorry for Jack Smith, the touch judge over on the other side. He's got nobody to help him. Normally there's 8,000 fans helping him with every single decision. You're on your own, mate.
Yeah, the loneliest man at Headingley Carnegie tonight is the touch judge far side, Jack Smith. Here is Ryan Hall now. Walker's chiming in. Doesn't lack anything in confidence, this 18-year-old. Full back in the home win against Hull last month as well. This is Briscoe. It's away from Ellis, can't get away from the Super League's tackling machine that is Danny Houghton. Parcell goes left again. Garbett.
Surrender! Stand!
The watch just allowed a second or two longer to get off the grounded player because Phil Bentham said he'd surrendered to the tackle, the Leeds man. Walker gets it wide to Liam Sutcliffe. And Sutcliffe was on his way towards that sideline then, but he managed to put the air brakes on. Here is Jones-Buchanan, Singleton and Cuthbertson. Down he goes on tackle number 5. 15 metres away, almost centre field, with Joel Moon. Joel Moon then to Maguire. Maguire gives it width and finds Watkins. Watkins keeps the movement going to young Walker. They keep it alive again. It's with Maguire. Maguire dabs it towards the in-goal area. Well wrapped up by Albert Kelly. Albert Kelly could be getting dumped in goal. He is. The Leeds are on top of their game in the opening quarter of an hour.
Got a good defensive attitude. Pushing Mahe Fanua off the sideline, and then when Albert Kelly gets this ball, look at the blue and amber shirts. There's real intent in the defence not to allow Kelly to get to the ground and stay in the field of play. Look, he tries to get up, then he tries to get to the ground. And look at the effort from Parcell. Holds him up, waits for his teammate to come in, lend some weight, and obviously forces a goal line dropout.
Always interesting to compare the playoff experience of the two sides. 207 appearances at this level for Leeds in Super League, 9 in the NRL. Hull have only got 53 playoff appearances under their belts and 20 in the NRL. And Gareth Ellis of Hull played 9 of his playoff matches for the Leeds Rhinos. Here is Liam Sutcliffe. Moon to Cuthbertson and Garbett again. Well, it's obvious what the game plan is from Brian McDermott. These big men are causing Hull some problems. This is Maguire. Gets it away to Stevie Ward. The little fellas aren't doing badly either. This is Briscoe now. Changes the direction, comes back inside. Houghton gets to him. And with a little bit of help from Ellis, he's halted 20 metres out. Parcell. Parcell then to Maguire. To drop of the shoulder to Maguire. He got the ball away, but it's forward. It's a forward pass. Phil Bentham right on the spot, right in line.
Oh, Eddie, they nearly had him on the left-hand side from the far post. Hull FC only had 4 defenders. The offload there.
Only just, but it was forward to Singleton.
That's a good call from the referee, right on the spot. Singleton pushing up into the next space, but again, Hull FC, we've had 15 minutes, and for 15 minutes, Hull FC have been defending virtually in their own half. Only 6 points on the scoreboard. A lot of field position in favour of the Leeds Rhinos.
Hull's last win here exactly 10 years ago. September 2007, they won by 17 points to 6 It must feel like they're going uphill here, Hull.
You're right, Eddie, and they've got to find a way of levelling that hill out and maybe even turning it so they're going downhill, but because they are stuck in their own half, as Barry has pointed out, they're playing the ball slower than their opponents. They find it hard to gain ground, and those quick play the balls and the dominance they had in that semi-final is missing so far tonight. They need a player or a penalty here to turn this round.
Houghton is a dummy half. 3 tackles gone. Here is Albert Kelly. Kelly into centre field to Ellis. Now, Minicello. Little stutter in front of Watkins. Down he goes.
Hold.
Chumavavi, the 10 metres inside Leeds half. Liam Watts.
Oh, good shot from Singleton.
Forced the knock on, forced the error.
On the previous play, Eddie, he's chased really hard, trying to put pressure on Albert Kelly. He gets off the line, he hits Liam Watts under the ball, and he forces him to lose that possession. And Hull FC, there was a lot of talk going into the game about the Hull FC's forwards. Are they going to dominate the Leeds pack? And Leeds need to contain them up front. Well, they're not just containing them, they're outplaying their opposites.
It's a big night for Brad Singleton. He's got 2 of the league's best front rowers in Watts and Taylor in front of him, and as he did on that occasion, getting under the ball for a 6'4", 6'5" bloke is difficult, but it'll pay rewards.
Singleton, first drive 2017 in the win against Hull here last month. Here is Jamie Jones-Buchanan again. Talks a good game, as we know from last night and his appearance with Brian Carney in the studio at the first semi-final. Now playing a good game tonight. This is Stevie Ward, 20 metres out, down he goes. Maguire finds Mullally just on the field. Moon passes that to himself, keeps hold of it still. Can't smuggle the ball out to the left-hand side to Ryan Hall or Liam Sutcliffe, so plays it to Sutcliffe. It's Maguire again. Going the short side, going the short route, gets it away to Mullally! And Mullally gets the second Leeds try. But it's been one-way traffic, and the scoreline reflects it. 10 points to 0 to the Leeds Rhinos. Anthony Mullally on his 50th Leeds appearance. He got an appearance in the Cup semi-final as well. And he's come on in this Super League semi-final, and he has scored what could be a decisive try.
Well, Liam Watts, under pressure from one of the other front rows, Brad Singleton, knocks the ball forward. This pass is supposed to lead to a kick. That's the reason all the Hull FC defenders are up quick. And Anthony Mullally, who just stays in the frame and gets himself an apple pie.
Well, it's his first touch of the game, isn't it? Adam Cuthbertson's been on the field for 16 minutes working his socks off. Mullally has just replaced him about 50 seconds before touching it. And with his first touch, well, he hasn't even broken sweat, has he? What a great... He has an uncanny knack of scoring tries. Get close to the line and finds a way over it. Didn't even have to beat a man on that occasion. Now, a relatively easy kick. Should be 12-0.
Alan Watkins makes it 12-0. Tries in 3 Super 8 games for Mullally.
Well, the gap opens up, Eddie. There's like an overchase from Danny Houghton. He doesn't back his teammates to make that tackle because Leeds are offloading the ball. They're trying to get the numbers in, and the danger is that if you're shooting a line, you're trying to clamp the ball, you're going to leave the gap, and that man, as Phil says, first touch, not a bad start from Mullally.
So 12-0, the Leeds Rhinos are ahead. And here comes Garbett again. The driving run down the left-hand side. They're making good ground every time they have the ball in hand, are the Leeds Rhinos. Here's more good value meters from Jamie Jones-Buchanan. Maguire is the dummy half. Singleton again.
Well, they're hitting the ball flat, they're hitting the ball at speed, getting over the advantage line straight away as soon as they're carrying that ball. So making meters like Anthony Mullally's doing here.
Well, I mentioned the travel problems that Hull had in getting to Headingley this evening. I just wonder if they're still mentally sat on the bus at the moment. We've reached the midway point of this first half. It's with Maguire again, dominating the proceedings so far, underneath the boot of Jamie Shaw. And look at the chase. Enthusiasm on show here from the Rhinos.
Well, whoever wins this game's playing the Tigers next week at Old Trafford, but it's tigerish felt, isn't it, from the Rhinos? Again, numbers in, they're making it really hard The first 3 plays for Hull FC, where we've seen them dominate teams this year in Super League, they're not having it their way. Here's a man who normally gets them going forward, Eddie. Well, this is the quick play that they need.
We've played for 20 minutes. Hull haven't had to play the ball within 40 metres of the Leeds line. They might get a bit closer here. It's the closest to the try line they've been, but this is the 5th play.
Yes, it is. They need a spark of inspiration from somewhere, do Hull FC. That's a high kick from Mark Sneed. Oh, and it's a header. I think that was that a header by Maguire?
I think it hit a Leeds player, yeah. The reason that kick was so high, if we think back to that semi-final, the Leeds team were put under all kinds of pressure. Who does it hit?
Danny Maguire.
Danny Maguire, big Leeds United fan. He won't get a kick for them with that header.
Why has he given this?
The referee's ruled correctly that he's put himself in a position to challenge for that ball, and the ball's hit him, therefore he's played at the ball.
Maguire obviously saw it differently.
Heads in.
It's head and feed to Hull. This is their first real opportunity. It's with Kelly, and now it's with Sika Manu. This is the first real test of this Leeds Rhinos defence in 22 minutes of the second semi-final in the Betfred Super League. Ellis almost through, threatening the Rhinos line for the first time. They get a penalty because it was messing around on the deck.
Well, we'll see how good the Rhinos...
First penalty for Hull here.
See how good the Rhinos defence are here now. As you said, 22 minutes before they have a real crack at the line.
Kick at goal here, you've had very little ball to build your way back into the match. There's still almost an hour to play.
They've had a lot of defending to do, Hull. It might not be a bad call. Doesn't look like the kicking tee is out. There's Anthony Malali. Joins that tackle a little bit too late. Can't untangle himself. There he is, 3rd man in.
If you kick at goal, that's a negative play, and you're not going to get to Old Trafford. 12-0 behind after 22 minutes. You need to keep the pressure on. You need to try and get a try, buy some field position, staying down here.
And that's what they've decided to do, Hull. That's Scott Taylor with the first drive in. Ellis was running for that one, never came to him. It's with Kelly instead. Kelly just saw for a moment the white line beckoning. He goes down on tackle number 2. Houghton is there. Houghton fires the pass low into the arms of Watts. Watts further wide to Sneed. Sneed goes wide to Manu. Manu then finds Jake Connor. Hat-trick of tries last week. At Castleford. Plays the ball to Mahe Fanua. He now is Sneed. Shape to kick. Slips. That's fatal.
There's enough teammates around them, but they're just too flat. No one's offering themselves.
Kelly has, and so too has Minicello, and Kelly again, and Kelly gets over the line. Now then, that ball came free, and this is another dilemma for either Phil Bentham or Robert Hicks, or both of them.
Great.
Kelly is claiming the try.
Great defence from Callum Watkins.
We've got no try on the field.
He doesn't get this down, Eddie.
I think this is going to be a very interesting call because the ball ends up on the ground at the end of the play. What we have to do is to see, does it touch the ground on the line or over the try line at any point during this movement, and does he maintain possession? Because the tackle's not complete, so we can keep rolling this and rolling it till we end up at the point where the referee's blown the whistle. Still battling to try and get to the ground. Certainly at the first point, I think it's clear of the ground at this point, moving over, but it's still in play. But I think he's lost possession of the ball there. I think he loses that in trying to put it down.
Callum Watkins certainly has hands on the ball. Would it be deemed to be a ball steal, Stuart?
Well, it's a one-on-one tackle, isn't it, at that point? Because Kelly's actually broken through the tackles, and I think this is what they're looking at now.
Well, there's 2 there with Walker and Watkins.
Yeah, there's 2 in the tackle there. I think we'll end up with a penalty here for the ball steal. You know,
and as Albert Kelly got up, that's what he was appealing for. I don't think he was appealing for the try.
Yeah, I think this will be the no try confirmed, but I think we'll restart the game with a penalty to Hull for a ball steal. Now, the ball does end up on the ground eventually, but I think we've seen already that Kelly has lost the ball, lost possession, and got it back through the steal. Of course, there could be one other thing there, but obviously not.
Try is denied. Just a question now of how they restart the game.
Who's playing the ball?
I think he's just telling them to play the ball, so there seemed to have been no ball steal.
Well, outstanding defence. They've got one more play here to defend.
Albert Kelly close, but not close enough.
All right, so the rule that he's been held up and didn't lose possession.
So he has to play the ball.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's doing now to Houghton. And here is Sneed. The kick to the in-goal area. This will be interesting. Well, it is for Ryan Hall. Very interesting. And I think Jake Connors appealing there, he was taken out.
I think he's saying that Joe Moon run across his path and interfered with him as he was going to get that ball. And this ball goes up. You can see Joe Moon just blocks him. That's what Jake Connor was appealing for.
He can block him so long as he doesn't move into his path.
That's right. Joel Moon was in that position first and was stationary, so you know he's a right to be there. That was fine.
Here's Mullally trying to get Leeds out of their own half. Well, that was a little bit of sustained Hull pressure, and he's inside the 40 is Danny Maguire, but that's going to be too long. That will skip away, and it will be a 7-tackle restart from the 20. Now then, we're in the multi-million-pound industry here today. The £1 million game will be played out tomorrow at the Leeds Sports Village. The Leeds Centurions against the Catalan Dragons. Survival in Super League is the prize for those two. 2:30 on Sky Sports Arena. Don't miss that. Remember last year and all the drama we had in the £1 million game. It will be a corker of a match. So much at stake for both sides.
Eddie, that's the last play from Leeds Rhinos that's not being good. They've got 7 players to defend it. And again, look at them. The numbers that they're getting up, the line speed, the retreat's really quick. The cycle in defence is very good. You've got to get up quick, you've got to get back, and then you've got to start all over again. And again, they're dominating Hull FC, turning them on the back, which is making it slow.
Ellis has the pass to Sneed. He hangs on, he finds Minicello. Maguire went for him and went a bit high. So the penalty is given.
That was lovely footwork. We've seen him a couple of times. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get a one-on-one confrontation between Maguire and Minicello. He's terrorised Danny Maguire in the opening 25 minutes.
Could have been 12-4, Terry, if he kicked that one too. Good, he'd have put that over then, Sneed.
Games don't go like that, Phil.
You can see where he's coming from. A kick is a half a try, and if you kick those two, it's 12-4.
And they've not looked that great so far.
But they've not been down here. They've not had the field position. They've got to build that field position. It doesn't just happen.
Well, they're trying to build it here with Mark Sneed. A little bit of magic needed from Sneed. A little bit of magic was needed from Talanoa as Lee Radford watches on. Here is Sneed again. Coming across the line. Finds Albert Kelly. Albert Kelly driving towards that line again, and Leeds just hold him up centimetres short. Houghton, no look pass. Ellis! Ellis has got this down this time, and that's what they needed, Hull. That's exactly what they needed, and Gareth Ellis on this emotional night for him back at Headingley. Such an influence he's been over the past couple of years, Gareth Ellis. Only his 3rd Super League try of the campaign. But boy, this is a vital one. Gareth Ellis makes it 12-4.
Well, like Barry said, you line up Mark Minicello against Danny Maguire that's going backwards, that's on his heels. It's always going to be difficult. He lunges at him, he gives away a penalty. And look at this, nice and direct, straight into the heart of the Leeds Rhinos defence. And there's always some sting in the carries whenever he gets the ball, Gareth Ellis. We saw him score a try in his final game at Hull FC, and he comes up with a try here.
To give some credit to the hooker, Danny Houghton, if you watch when we see a replay of this, where he's looking, he's almost faking with his eyes in his head. He's going to pass the ball behind Gareth Ellis. And I think that does have an influence on where the Leeds defenders anticipate that ball going, and maybe just stepping in the face and twisting their body, their hips in the wrong direction, opens the door for Gareth Ellis to get through and ground it.
And then if you add on to the fact that Andy Mullally takes one step forward and Carl Ablett gets up really, really quick, the door is open. Mullally ball watching, and you're right, he tells lies with his eyes, Danny Houghton.
So Mark Sneed then to try and kick the first goal of the night for the Black and Whites to make it 12-6 and halve the deficit. Snead does exactly that. Big moment in the match, big moment too for Gareth Ellis and indeed Brian McDermott watching on. Gareth Ellis scored on his farewell appearance at the Cacom Stadium against his former club Wakefield. He scored on his farewell appearance at Headingley against his former club, the Leeds Rhinos.
He's an unselfish player, Eddie. He's one of those players that always offered himself. Even if he knows he's going to get clattered, he'll turn up for his teammate, and his teammate was Danny Houghton, who supplied him with that pass.
It's a great kickoff. That's a great kickoff from Jack Walker. He spotted there was a big gap over on that far side, and he bulleted the kick towards it.
And a lack of communication there from the Hull FC players. Albert Kelly thinks he can't get to it, but he doesn't give enough communication to either Sikamanu or Maya Fanua. It's a good leap to try and keep it in the field of play, but they're under pressure again, defending their own line.
A kick really that belies the age of Jack Walker on his playoff debut at 18 years old. And he was the 56th minute match winner here against Hull, 10-7 back in July. This is Maguire. Leeds looking to respond immediately to that try from Gareth Ellis. Parcell waits dummy half. Gives it to Mullally again. Says to the big fella, go on, use your strength once more, and he nearly did. Just held up short of the line. Parcell underneath the posts. Finds Moon. Moon then gets it away to Maguire. Connor's after him, and Connor gets to him very quickly.
Good spot from Jake Connor in defence.
Down the short side with Cuthbertson. 5 tackles gone. Expect the kick here from Maguire. There it is. Sliding it in. It's flicked off Gareth Ellis. And luckily for him, it found Scott Taylor, and no one in blue and amber.
They've done it again. They've stuck a leg out. The ricochets have been good to them so far this evening, Hull FC.
Fanua with a typical run from him. And I just wonder what thoughts are going through the mind of Darryl Powell at the moment, the Castleford coach, who's our guest here tonight, having seen his team get through to Old Trafford. He's here on, as well as on a mission for us, he's on a spying mission, watching these two sides in the flesh, just looking for a chink in the armour of either, whoever they play at Old Trafford next week.
He'll be thinking, I hope they bash each other up here, Eddie.
Yeah, some golden point extra time would please him mightily. Ryan Hall gets to this bouncing ball eventually, and the playing, of course, to appear at Old Trafford Saturday week, 5 o'clock on Sky Sports Arena. All the build-up to Castleford against either Leeds or Hull for the 2017 Betfred Super League Grand Final.
Some difficult carries now here for the Rhinos. You're looking at picking out a leg tackler in defence. You want to get over the top of them. You want to land on your front. You don't want to be running into the bigger players that like to clamp the ball and stop you playing.
Ablett off the bench. Got the pass from Briscoe, returned the compliment. Briscoe then gets the offload away to Cuthbertson. He goes down that left-hand side. That's good hands. It finds Ryan Hall. And Hall looking to offload as well. He goes down, though, tackle number 5. It's Maguire once again. A dab over the top of the Hull defenders. Talanoa knocks the ball backwards and gets away with it. And Phil Bentham perfectly placed to make the call, and again to give Hull a relieving penalty.
Well, it was a pressure-building kick from Danny Maguire along the floor. Fatuli Talanoa had the difficult job of trying to pick it up on the run, such a difficult skill. But the ball goes backwards. He negotiates the post pad and the defenders and wins his side a penalty.
He uses the post well, doesn't he?
He does. He uses it as a 14th Hull player. Remember when he was last here for Tuli Talanoa, he appeared to dislocate the elbow. He thought his season was over. Leeds have got this ball back, though.
Eddie, that's when you know defences are on top. Maya Fanua, one of the strongest ball carriers in the league. Well, he's getting driven back, and because he's getting driven back, he's looking to get rid of the ball. He doesn't want to be dominated.
Last night, didn't we? One of the biggest challenges, stopping Maya Fanua, and obviously not conceding a penalty. They've done better than that. They've forced him backwards and one possession back for their team. That's an amazing tackle from the 3 Leeds players involved in that.
Amazing turnaround this year for the Leeds Rhinos, isn't it, when you consider that this time last year they were playing in the qualifiers for their Super League lives, and Just looking beneath us here in the temporary commentary position we have at Headingley, Rob Burrow is getting some last-minute instructions, and I think he will be thrust into the action by Brian McDermott any minute now. And there he is, waiting to come onto the field.
Well, you listen to the cheer when he gets on the field. It's the perfect opportunity. A tiring defences. Anyway, now in the yellow shirt trying to get somebody off and get Rob Burrow on.
Jones Buchanan fights for his feet, plays the ball. Here is Ablett. Ablett looks for the runners. It's Maguire. Maguire gives it to Stevie Ward, who bounces off Ward, knock on. This is a free play for the Black and Whites, and they can test their arm here, and they are doing with Sikamanu, now with Kelly. They made good progress forward. Sikamanu again. This will go down as a zero tackle. Good advantage.
Well, this is all Hull FC need now. 6 minutes to go. Is Rob Burrow getting on the pitch? As Barry said, terrorising some of those bigger players.
Here's Chuma Mavavi. The Leeds defence looks really solid though tonight, doesn't it?
They're well and truly up for it, Eddie. They've been to the grand final. They know what these pressure games are all about, what you've got to do, not only to get to the final, but to win a final.
Chris Green on the field, wearing number 15. This now is Sneed. Here is Shaun. Good hands, good movement. Talanoa again. Talanoa releases the pass somewhat untidily. It's scooped up off the ground by Minicello to Shaw. And Shaw says that the Black and Whites haven't finished yet, and he sees a gap and goes for it.
Well, he goes for that gap then because Joe Moon just jumped the line one step too far.
Kelly again. Kelly breaking the line, brought down by the tackle from Jones Buchanan. Last one here for the Black and Whites. Sneed will hoist the kick to this left-hand side, looking for Big Talanoa. Taken out by Maguire, was he? No, he wasn't. Just a collision.
Well claimed by Tom Briscoe. Like Barry said in the Challenge Cup semi-final, he was targeted by Sneed. But look at this, there's only one winner there, isn't there?
And you're never too old to learn as well. I know Tom Briscoe has been doing a tremendous amount of work on that aspect of his game, and Rob Burrow is on. They couldn't make that change while the Rhinos would have defended. It would have been a little bit short defence. So he's on now.
Referee had called held, even though the ball came out of the grasp. So play on. Burrow on the field. There's his first touch to Ablett. Looking for the return pass, it never came. That's a good set defensively from Hull FC. Leeds have reached the last tackle, and Maguire with a good kick. This will not run dead. Stands up nicely in the end for Jamie Shaw. Shaw will run it back, but he has a wall of Leeds defenders to get through inside the last 5 minutes of the first half.
Kicking for distance, very clinical in the build-up to that play from Danny Maguire. Telling his troops what he needs from them.
Green gets it away once again. Here's Talanoa. If the score stays like this, I think Lee Radford will be delighted, won't he?
Very much so, when you consider how much possession, how much of the ball Leeds have had. They've been brilliant having the offload in it, but here's now is an offload from Hull. And as we get towards the halfway line, half-time mark, I should say, you're right, Hull, if they can stay at 12-6 and it not get worse, they'll be delighted, I think, delighted.
Sneed into centre field to Ellis, score of the Hull try. Gets them over halfway, and they've reached tackle number 5. So they look for Sneed here with the kick. There it is, high and long. Swirling everywhere. Walker, he lost that in the lights maybe. It just gives Hull FC a few extra seconds to get him down, and as you see they do. 6-7 metres away from his own line. Maguire to Briscoe. Briscoe then to Ryan Hall. Good defence now from Hull. The pendulum just swinging slightly in the Black and White's direction.
They've picked up Hull FC. And you think in the last couple of minutes they've had a good bit of possession. They're now trying to apply pressure while they're defending. Just been an energy surge from the Black and Whites.
Here comes Carl Ablett. Operating on the bench tonight. His 300th Leeds appearance, by the way, for Ablett. And Burrow. Well, he was trapped on it. It was the last tackle, so he got the kick away, but straight to Mahe Fanua. There's danger every time he has it in his hands, Mahe Fanua.
And that's why there was a good chase over there on the left-hand side. You don't want to give him some space. He's a powerful man. He's not the tallest, but boy, when he runs, he's running to bust every time he carries the ball.
St. Connor has 3 to beat, and he surrenders to the tackle. The second, this set. Here's Chris Green again. Fires the pass then to Mark Sneed. Showed it to Ellis. Gave it to Minicello.
Picking that same line at Danny Maguire again, Minicello.
Chumimavavi to Sneed. Here now Ellis. He straightens it up. Gets them to within 20 metres of the Leeds line.
Hold. Go 4.
Houghton. Sneed. Sneed then to Kelly. Kelly to Manu. Double done job to put him to ground. They do though. And Jamie Shaun is off from dummy half. Jamie Shaun will fire the pass to Houghton. He'll give it then to Minicello. Minicello catches one for his corner. Dumps the ball back. And Mullally does really well. But the referee, I think it's called 0.
First one by Leeds.
So the first knock on, he says, is by the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, they get the ball back here, but did they have numbers over on the left there with Mark Minicello? He goes for glory. Did he have some teammates? Again, it's good defence on the try line from the Rhinos, isn't it? He's looking to offload the ball. There is a legitimate knock-on here. But when they get the ball, look. He backs himself. There is the correct numbers in defence. That's why he goes for it himself. Such a powerful player, Mark Minicello.
And while he's trying to look for that offload, there's hands in everywhere. Jack Walker got the last one, but there was definitely a little bit of a touch pushing that ball forward from a Leeds perspective. Brian McDermott coming down to sideline, trying to get a gauge of the players as they're walking off the pitch.
Well, in the Cup semi-final between these two, Hull scored just before half-time to put themselves ahead. Can they score just before half-time here to put themselves level? And what an escape that would be after the first half we've seen. Leeds know it as well. They don't want history to repeat itself. Shaw goes down on tackle number 1. There's Fanua. Now it's Kelly. Here is Green. Green gets away from Ward. Can't get away from Mullally, can he? No, he can't. Mullally sticks to him like glue. Here's Danny Houghton. It's Josh Bowden. Houghton again takes over. Back it comes to Sneed. Sneed showed it. Sneed gave it to Talanoa. There's an army of blue and amber jerseys there, though, to bring him down. Chumimavavi again.
Goal 3.
It's Sneed. Now Ellis. Ellis showed it to Bowden. Took the responsibility on himself underneath the sticks. 4 tackles gone, 2 remaining. Into the last minute of the first half. Houghton gets it away. And Joe Moon to the rescue for Leeds Rhinos.
Well, they're dealing with the threat. They're recognising what Hull FC are doing. They're making sure that when the Hull FC players are getting in that attacking shape, they're numbering up, they're talking on the try line, and they're putting themselves where the action is, just like Joel Moon did on that occasion.
Ryan Hall.
Move.
Now can Leeds just spring from defence into attack? They might with Rob Burrow out there.
Surrender.
15 seconds of the first half left. Moon was the dummy half. Here comes Cuthbertson again. Get the arms free at every opportunity. Look at that. He finds Burrow. Burrow goes down right on halfway. Last tackle. There's the half-time siren. The referee has not heard it. That's a drop goal attempt. Shaw is underneath it. Has anybody heard this siren? Has anybody heard it? Well, I don't know. Yes, the referee has. As it turns out, Brian McDermott quickly away and into the dressing room, as is his opposite number, Lee Radford. And I venture to suggest that Radford will be the happier of the two coaches at the moment. Yes, Leeds have been dominant. They scored 2 tries through Ward and Mullally, both of them improved by Watkins. They led 12-0 after 18 minutes. Hull, with their transport problems getting here, looked like they were maybe still on the bus. But on 27 minutes, Gareth Ellis got over for the try, Mark Sneed added the goal, and then Hull really got going. They had a good spell in the last 13 minutes of the first half. So, it's Leeds at the moment who are 40 minutes away from Old Trafford, but this game has a long, long way to go yet.
For a range of cookers with all the right ingredients. For intelligent dishwashers with clean lines. for fridges that are as cool as you like. Bring home the perfect combination.
of October, it is the main event. And at the moment, Leeds are halfway there. They lead by 12 points to 6 after that first half. Remember, they beat Hull here 4 weeks ago, 5 days after Hull won at Wembley for a second year in a row. It was 38-26 that night, 6 tries to 4. At the moment, it's 2 tries to 1. And Hull, with bitter memories of losing last year's semi-final to Wigan. Their playoff record is modest, 18 playoff games. Previously, they've only had 5 wins since 2001. Can they turn the tide of history in their favour in this second half? All to play for. Someone will be on holidays in 40 minutes' time. Someone will be planning for Old Trafford. Sneed gets us underway with the kick-off. Underneath it, Ryan Hall. Here comes Anthony Mullally, one of the first-half try-scorers for the Rhinos. And, well, it's massive, this next 40 minutes. Huge. Huge in terms of these two sides. Hull haven't been to Old Trafford since 2006, their first and only time. Leeds know the route as well as anybody and aiming to make it to a record-equaling 10th grand final, the same number that St Helens have. St Helens so close to an 11th last night. We all know what happened then. This second half will build, I'm sure, as we just see who can get to the Theatre of Dreams a week tomorrow. Stevie Ward on the last tackle, just over the halfway line. And Moon with the left foot. He pumps the ball high into the air. Jamie Shaun watching it every inch of the way as it dropped out of the sky. Safe, very safe, Jamie Shaun. 17 tries as well, so a very fine attacking full-back.
He's an excellent player, isn't he? And Hull FC, well, I'm sure the talk would have been about cutting down the second phase of Leeds Rhinos, who got 10 offloads away in that first half. Cuthbertson was a man who got 6 of those. But the back end of the first half, they started to get the players sorted. Scored a try from Gareth Ellis, who again showing the way forward to the players around him, and just the age is just a number. Clever player here from Houghton.
Great one from Danny Houghton, and the support arrived. That was high from Ablett. He knew it was high as well, and Gareth Ellis certainly knew it was high.
And Danny Maguire going mad to his teammates for giving this penalty away. It is a high shot. He gets it all wrong. His hips are facing the old world South Standers. Now, do you go for 2 points? I would take 2 points here, Phil. Now there's just 6 points in it. I think that they're going to keep the pressure on, though, here.
Well, that's 3 kickable penalties that Hull have spurned in this match so far. I mean, rugby league is a game that is won on scoring tries.
It wasn't last night.
No, it wasn't. It was won. Well, I'm not going to say it was won on missed goal kicks, but you know what I mean. Here is Sikamanu. Sikamanu gets to within 10 metres of the Leeds line. They're turning the screw. They're beginning the second half as they ended the first. Green, not the best pass. Ellis did well to pick that up. Sneed gets it away to Minicello again. He's been a constant threat down that left-hand side tonight.
He's looked after him, Danny Maguire, though, hasn't he?
There's Josh Griffin, Sneed, Ellis, Kelly, Shaw injects a little bit of pace, but only as far as Moon, with help from Sutcliffe. And also Jones Buchanan. Down he goes, 4 tackles. Ellis. This is a good run from Bowden. There's a good pass from Ellis too.
It's a lovely double pump from Gareth Ellis.
Here's Houghton. Back it comes to Sneed again. The kick to the corner, looking for Mahe Fanua. And it beat everybody, I think. Who got the touch on that, though? Who got the touch? Phil Bentham looking to the touch judge for a little bit of assistance.
Well, the touch judge thinks it's Leeds ball.
Can we check it,
sure.
please?
I think it came off Leeds first.
Well, he's asked Robert Hicks to have a look at this for him.
And he will. I think it's Ryan Hall that touches the ball there. I think it goes right past Fanua.
Looks it.
I think this will be Hull's head and feet at the scrum.
It does look like it's come off Ryan Hall's right hand and then goes in between Mahe Fanua, and they get the head and feet here, Eddie.
They do. He's allowed a couple of looks at it, the video referee, in situations like that. Robert Hicks has got it right.
You know, one more step towards the sideline and Mahe Fanua's in, isn't he? He challenges for that ball. You never normally see Ryan Hall make mistakes like that. He's one of the best players in Super League in the diffusing those situations. All the pressure of semi-final football there.
Out.
So Hull with the head and feed. Sneed to Ellis. Here now is Jamie Shaw. He's going down the short side and saw all the Leeds jerseys coming across to cut him off. Came back the other way. Hits Sneed now. And that's Green. And here is Kelly. And this is Connor. And Connor tries to get through. Burrow dumps the ball down. Mahe Fanua is in. Mahe Fanua gets the try for Hull at the start of the second half. Phil Bentham just checking with both touches. Nothing wrong with that. And Mahe Fanua. Big smile for Lee Radford. He knows that's the start he wanted from Mahe Fanua. In the dream team on the wing this year. He was centre last year in the dream team. And that's his 12th try of the campaign. And how important might this be?
Well, they've started well, haven't they, in the second half. Seeing the first 25 minutes of the first half, they were just defending their own line. Ryan Hall makes the mistake. They get another set of 6. And Mahe Fanua scores the try, but what about the pass here from Jake Connor? Look at that, gets rid of Rob Burrow, attracts the defenders in the Leeds Rhinos jersey and Joel Moon and Ryan Hall, and just have a look at the play again here. Look, gets rid of Rob Burrow, pulls in 2 defenders, and there's the space.
The Hull coach had a massive decision to make, didn't he? Whether who to play in that right centre position. Josh Griffin, who's been there in 21 of the Super League games this year, or Jake Connor, who's been in fantastic form last week. Set up and scores more tries than most players. He's been a versatile player that's moved around this Hull side and shown a wonderful ability as a centre there to lay one on a plate for the right winger.
And you never know, there just might be a vacancy in the England squad for a centre like Jake Connor. He's come to the fore very late in 2017. I'm sure that Wayne Bennett will be watching these semi-finals and the grand final very closely. And here is Mark Sneed now to level the scores. Left-footed kicker, right-hand side of the field. Can he swing it over the top of the crossbar? Not this time, just pushes it the near side. But 12-10 leads. The advantage is cut. It's down to 2.
Well, Hull FC in good field position. Look at the precision on these passes. That's a front rower. And I've watched this a couple of times. I don't know how Jake Connor manages to commit Rob Burrow to the point where he almost falls over in front of the centre.
Looks like Barry on the dance floor, that, doesn't it?
After a few, yeah.
So Leeds restart and Kelly's underneath the kick-off. And Chris Green will drive the ball back again for the Black and Whites, who have had the early momentum of the first try of the second half. Half-time. I wonder what was said, Bill.
Well, Eddie, Hull came out for the restart in confident moods. Leeds had huffed and puffed in that first half. They haven't really made much of a dent on Hull's house, and Hull have immediately set out their stall at the start of the second half, conceding that it was a slow start from them. A couple of sloppy errors cost them, and Leeds took full advantage. But other than that, Black and White's pretty satisfied with what they've done in the remainder of that first 40, and obviously Lee Radford very happy with the way they've started this second half. And Leeds, obviously, by the same token, knew that the job wasn't done at half-time. A lot of work to do. They accept that they had a lot of possession, a lot of territory, and didn't have a bigger advantage to show for it, but didn't expect anything else other than that. This, after all, is a semi-final. Hull aren't going to just stand back and let Leeds cut loose. So Leeds anticipating much the same in the second half. They're going to go about their business much the same in the second half.
They're in possession here with Joel Moon. He gives it to Jones Buchanan. Gets within 40 metres of the Hull line, and Joel Moon will hoist it high again with that left boot of his. Fanua is underneath it, and so too is that man Jake Connor. That's good defence, good take.
It was a great take from Jake Connor, under pressure, catching that ball. He was coming over his shoulder, and he knew he had the Leeds Rhinos defenders chasing him. Look at that. He doesn't know who's going to hit him as soon as he catches it.
Well, he was one of the early Hull players to be here tonight. I think he doesn't live too far away. He wasn't on the team bus, came independently. We spotted him going across the car park.
Hold. Goal 3.
So his preparation has been spot on. And Hull, as I say, they had a dodgy opening quarter of an hour, but they look as though now they are right at the pace of this semi-final. Kelly's gone for a 40-20 here.
And it's another early kick. They kicked on the third tackle on the last set of 6. Ryan Hall picks the ball up. The 4 attacking players from Hull FC. The balance and the formula that they're using, they're mixing it up really well. They're spreading the ball well, doesn't matter how close they are to their line. They're spreading the ball well, and then when they need to go forward and earn those meters, they're doing it great.
This is Burrow now. Behind Ryan Hall, who's moved in off the wing to give his forwards a bit of a breather. Plays the ball quickly to Rob Burrow. Here is one of those forwards, Adam Cuthbertson. Just over halfway with Burrow. And now Liam Sutcliffe. Got away from Kelly, couldn't get away from Sikamanu. Last tackle here for Leeds. Moon again with the kick, is it? Yes. This time they're all along the ground and just gaining a little bit of land, buying a bit of territory for his team.
Some big carries from the Rhinos. You can see when Cuthbertson came onto the ball, he hit it at pace. And all of a sudden, you get Joel Moon, who just steps up on the left-hand side after some very good carries.
Is that a timeout kick? He's just decided, though, he wants to just press reset here on his team. They've worked hard for a few minutes, but he wants to get the breath back. Didn't achieve a lot, did it? Gained 10 metres, but it's effectively handed over the ball.
Well, kicks like that, though, Phil, it takes the sting out of the game, doesn't it? It turns the opposition around the 10 metres, 20 metres from the line. And this is where you can set your defence, you can talk, you can say what you want to do, you can get nice and tight.
Well, history very much on the Leeds Rhinos side tonight. Only 3 wins at Headingley in the summer era for Hull FC. 2007 was the last one. Lee Radford actually played in that, as did Danny Washbrook. 2006 and 2001 were the dates of the others, so they're overdue a win on this famous old ground. This is Albert Kelly.
I haven't got a clock on every play the ball, but it appears to me, Stuart, that the play the balls that Hull have are far slower than the ones that Leeds are making.
Well, I think it's because Leeds are trying to find the ground. There's been a lot of surrender and dominant calls from the referee, so they will get a bit of an advantage there.
Brad Fash to Sneed, Sneed then to Minicello. Wide to go to Twimmer Varvey. Attacking down that right-hand side, trying to take the gas out of Danny Maguire. Here's Sneed now with a high kick, and it's almost an old-fashioned up and under this. Oh, he managed to get hold of it though, did Jamie Shaw, despite the attention from Walker, and then he gifted it to Mitch Garber. Here come Leeds on the counter, and it's Walker. Walker is taking on Gareth Ellis. It's Walker against Hull. He finds Ryan Hall, who came up in support. Sweeping move from Leeds.
Tremendous play from the Rhinos. Not finished yet, though.
No, Cuthbertson finds Liam Sutcliffe. He applies the brakes and then goes forward. Bags of tackles in the bank here for the Rhinos. Great opportunity for them with Joel Moon. Here's Maguire. Maguire then gives it to Callum Watkins. Wants the return ball, does Moon, doesn't come. Watkins takes tackle number 3, 5 metres away from the Hull line. Penalty now, Mark Sneed could not get off the grounded player in quick enough time.
They didn't want to get off the player. They were caught all over the place. Then Mitch Garber, well, he looked up. He didn't have 70 metres in those big legs of his. Give the ball to Jack Walker, and that's what Leeds can do to you.
Now then, camped up this other end of the field, and Singleton takes the first drive in. 2-point advantage in Leeds' favour. It's now with Maguire. He gives it then to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson tormenting the defence, gets the ball away again to Stevie Ward. Eventually is tackled by Ellis on the ground. Gareth Ellis. Burrow steps over him, picks it up. Houghton with the tackle. This is Maguire. Short ball. Just short again. Just short are the Rhinos in the shape of Jones Buchanan. Burrow fires the pass into centre field to Moon. Flat ball then from him to Singleton. They've reached tackle number 5. This will be a huge tick for the whole defence if they don't get over here. Moon slides it to the in-goal area. They don't get over, but they get the repeat set. Jamie Shaw to the rescue.
Well, what a sensational passage of play from the Rhinos, continually trying to charge down and get through the door. He's the big fellow, and he profits from the young Walker play. He gets on the end of that
Time off.
You think he's got enough space, but the old stage of Gareth Ellis does enough.
Off the ball, mate, come on.
Support play from the Rhinos, but there's enough black and white shirts in the frame. That's a lovely offload.
That's tremendous offload, Barry. Nice weight on the pass, and look at the maturity of Jack Walker waiting for one of his teammates to push up with him.
Look, at one stage this season as though Jack Walker might be on his way out of Headingley because Leeds offered him a contract. Initially, he turned it down. They're appealing here, the black and whites, for a knock-on, but nothing's forthcoming from the officials.
They got the call from the touch judge, Eddie.
It's with Burrow again. Now it's Jones Buchanan. Desperate tackling needed, and Sikamanu came up with it. This is Burrow. Burrow into centre field, into Cuthbertson. He finds Maguire. Maguire fires it wide to Callum Watkins. It's when Mavavi deals with that particular threat. 3 gone, 3 remaining. Walker. It's with Maguire. Now Ward. Ward attacking the line, gives it to Cuthbertson. Back again brilliantly to Moon. Moon spins, gives it into centre field once more to Maguire. Maguire then to Singleton. He puffs out the cheeks, goes for it again, breaks through Kelly's tackle. Going for the line is Singleton. Maybe gets it down. I think he does. I think Brad Singleton's got this down.
There might be an obstruction here, Eddie. And the build-up there. He's taking some information now.
I think it is. I think they're looking at an obstruction and also the grounding on this.
We've got no try.
No try.
Check obstruction.
Obstruction over there, and then the grounding. Don't think there's anything wrong with the grounding, Stuart.
Well, I'm just looking at the no try on the field. It went a long way from where the obstruction was, so you'd have to think that they weren't certain on that, but they're probably certain that the grounding wasn't correct. I think it's somewhere around here we end up with a player. Such a long play, isn't it? There's a lot of passing going on. Players all over the place. I think it's when the ball comes back over this side. I think that's where there's a block there. There's Jamie Jones Buchanan blocking.
Does Jay Connor throw himself?
Well, I think
to Jamie Jones Buchanan.
There's a couple of things there. He's the wrong side of the player to actually be obstructed, but he does run round the back of his own player in the process. So it's whether he actually obstructs anybody going through. Looks like he's happy with that.
Yeah, they're looking at the grounding here.
Does he get the ball down? Oh. I think Jamie Shaw's got underneath that. And remember, it's no try on the field, so you have to have sufficient proof that that ball's on the ground. And I think there's a hand underneath it there. Somebody's got underneath the ball. I haven't seen the ball grounded. I don't think the video referee can give this. I don't think he can overturn from what we've seen so far.
Looks like a couple of hands underneath it, doesn't it, Stuart?
It does.
Well, Jamie Shaun was brilliant last week in saving tries, scoring them, I should say. Has he saved one here? I agree. I mean, it doesn't look like a try. The hand under it. What if the hand is of the man in possession, Brad Singleton? Does that not qualify?
No, he's still got to get the ball on the ground. The ball has to touch the ground. But you know, we can't see the ball on the ground there, and it's been given no try on the field. The video referee can't award this as a try. You can't see it on the ground.
Well, there are hands all over it, you're right. And this is the dilemma of handing it up as a no try for the video referee. He has to have conclusive proof. There's none there.
The ball's still up in the air, yes. You can see it.
And hands underneath as he tried to put it down in the first instance, Brad Singleton. So a massive, massive call from Robert Hicks. They've obviously scrubbed out the idea of an obstruction. That's why we're looking at this, and there's the ball still in the air. You see the RH of the ball, the print on the ball.
It's a big call. He's taking his time, Robert Hicks here. He needs to get this call right.
It's huge.
But he has to see the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
In order to overturn the on-field decision, he has to see that ball on the ground. And there's nothing we've seen so far that shows the ball on the ground. This should be the referee's decision should be confirmed.
Was it the last tackle, or did Leeds come back and play the ball 10 metres out?
To be honest,
good question.
I'm not sure what tackle it is.
Only one man knows that, and that's Phil Benton, and he's saying nothing.
Well, it should be either a Leeds play the ball or a handover 10 metres out, depending on the tackle. You know, again, we've looked at this. You can't see the ball on the ground at any time. You know, you've got to be searching to try and find it, and Referee's decision on the field is no try.
It's still not down. The tip of the ball's not down. The belly of the ball can't be down because the hand's underneath it.
Well, they can't. It's
They're
got to have a
looking at it
decision.
often enough to convince themselves that this is a try.
I agree, Phil. I think they're looking for the reason to give it.
To the video referee is that this is a try.
But, you know, this is why the on-field call was brought in to try and help the video referee in these situations. Is there any proof there that the ball's hit the ground?
Well, he's had a long look at this, and Robert Hicks's decision's on the way. And it's no try. Brad Singleton just looks over his shoulder and says, what?
And it was tackle 4, I've just heard Phil Bentham say.
You've got good ears, Barry.
Yes, and I've got it turned right up on my earphones so I can hear him.
So the tackle count will continue, and Brad Singleton will have to play the ball.
Devastated, the big fella.
Wow, that's a huge call. But the no try gave Robert Hicks very little wriggle room. Cuthbertson now, that's tackle number 5 then. So last one here for the Leeds Rhinos. And Maguire to the in-goal there. It's a great kick. Well claimed though by Josh Griffin.
Well, he's a big man, Josh Griffin, isn't he? Wasn't challenged. Gets this ball back, strong carry, but again, look at this defence. Brad Singleton comes.
How about that for an offload from Griffin to Manu?
It's one of those risky ones. Again, you see defenders that are pushing players back who are carrying the ball, and then the panic sets in. You look to try and offload that ball.
Liam Watts carries the ball forward. Let's get some injury news from the whole camp. Bill Arthur.
Yeah, a bit of injury news to catch up with from half-time, Eddie. Fatuli Talanoa was struggling towards the end of the first half. He hasn't been able to take the field for the second. Josh Griffin out there on that left flank for the Black and Whites.
Well, Talanoa didn't finish the game last time he was here. Lee Radford, watching on closely, knows that that was a big decision from the video referee to turn that would-be try down for Brad Singleton. Can Hull make hay here while the sun does anything but shine? Connor, the Leeds fans appealing for a forward pass. No decision forthcoming. Vanua to Kelly. Kelly then to Liam Watts. Watts then finds Sneed. Sneed, Minicello going the other way now with Trimavavi. Important tackle that was by his opposite number, Callum Watkins. Here's Griffin. Griffin to Sneed. Crossfield kick. And Connor's after this. The ball is back, and it's Sika Manu for the Black and Whites. He nearly lost his footing as he went over the line. He nearly slipped over the dead ball line, but he got the ball down. Connor with the absolutely vital flick back, and Hull FC hit the lead for the first time in the 56th minute.
Well, the Black and White stretched the defence of the Leeds Rhinos. They were over on the right edge, sent it all the way over to the left, came back to the right, and Sika Manu was on the end of some tremendous play. They're over on the left, they ship it back via the foot of Sneed. What about Jake Connor, who pass it back to Sika Manu, right into his hands?
Well, we've seen this a lot from Hull in recent weeks. Getting up for the ball. This one didn't go as high, but tapping it back to a teammate. It's clearly something that they've worked on, and it's been successful for them here to put them ahead.
Yes, they hit the front for the first time. They're leading by 14 points to 12. Suddenly, the Hull fans will have memories of 1983. Hull had already won the First Division title. They headed off to Wembley, looking to win the League and Cup double. But they that year became the victims of one of the biggest upsets in Cup final history. They were beaten by Featherstone Rovers. Can the school of 2017 from the KCON Stadium, can they write yet more history in the books as far as Hull FC are concerned this year? Still a long way to go in this semi-final, but suddenly Hull have hit the front. And this kick from Mark Sneed will make it 16-12. We've still got over a quarter of the match to go, but the dream of the double for Hull is suddenly alive. Mark Sneed taking his time, as you would imagine, and making no mistake this time. Mark Sneed makes it 16-12.
Sign of a good side when you're under pressure at one end of the field.
Big swing around here.
Of course it is. Brad Singleton gets over the try line. Unfortunately, it's chalked off by the video referee. Then to go to the other end of the pitch, and Jake Connor, he's tormented the Rhinos on the right-hand side. He's playing with a swagger. It was a nice, controlled pat back to Sika Manu, who took it cleanly. But he set up the first try for Mahe Fanua, and he set up the second try as well, and wasn't that a collision?
Mostly just. I think Josh Bowden felt that. I think his bones are still shuddering inside him. Here's Mahe Fanua now, and he makes the break to Fanua. He is so dangerous. He's got Kelly in support. That's a great tackle back by Matt Parcell. Quick play the ball needed, and they get it in the end. Kelly gets it away to Liam Watts. Hull now turning defence into attack. And Liam Watts going down.
That's why he's dangerous, Mahe Fanua. It's what happens after he plays the ball. From the big carry that when he took the ball in, all of a sudden, here they go.
Shrimavavi. The ball has come free. Knock on. Knock on it is. Well, how about the run from Mahe Fanua?
Well, he's so powerful and quick. He explodes into the tackle. He gets through the defensive line.
He shapes to pass, and that's the reason it just stutters the Leeds defence. The pace on the man as well for such a chunky player.
But then he makes the next carry by Watts so much easier as well. Watts is going at a defensive line that can't get set. But then the next play they lose the ball. And he's took that ball and he's gone through Mitch Garbutt, probably one of the Rhinos' biggest and best defenders.
Well, there'll be plenty of Super League defenders who will bid him a fond farewell at the end of this year, Mahe Fanua.
Especially the wingers.
Just a big man, a big player. And one for the big occasion as well. Walker's dropped that ball backwards. Burrows scoops it up off the deck. He's done a high shot on the little man. The referee says no.
He did well to pick that up cleanly then, didn't he, Rob Burrow?
Ryan Hall. Don't think this game's over yet by a long shot.
You'd have to duck down to tackle Rob Burrow when he's going through the line like that. Well, that could have been high.
Cuthbertson's offload was bravely picked up by Parcell. He had two black and white jerseys round him. Here goes Garbutt down the middle. Still going, Mitch Garbutt. Then the ball comes spewing out from him.
Well, big meters from the big man who has a loose carry, and the referee waves play on when the ball comes loose.
Play. He's not played the ball. Hull ball.
Going back
for the original offence, Hull ball.
Well, Liam Watts comes in and he hits Garbutt,
he didn't play the ball, so
who then loses the ball. It goes forward.
He's lifted them, Liam Watts, since he's come on, been involved a couple of times. There he is. Just knocks the ball out the hands of Garbutt.
He's not playing for that, to knock the ball out. He's just looking to wrap him up, isn't he?
He's looking to offload the ball, and Watts is just going into tackle.
That's what they said about the last one, isn't it?
So coming up to the hour mark, quarter of this match remaining. Hull have turned it round in this second half. Remember, they were 12-6 down at the break. Fanua's try, Manu's try, 2 and 11 minutes. And Leeds haven't scored since the 18th minute when Mullally went over for the second try, converted by Watkins.
Well,
Here's Brad Fash.
The majority of possession, haven't they, in the second half? They're getting through the sets. You can see that everyone's pushing forward for Danny Houghton.
Ian Watts is one of them. It's been a complete turnaround of the first half when Leeds were dominant for long periods.
Sometimes about possession, ball possession, you can give yourself a chance in a game as long as you've got hold of the ball. It doesn't always matter how far you are or how close you are to your opposition's try line. You're going to score at some point if you've got hold of the ball.
We've reached tackle number 5 here. Kelly will just drill the ball all on the ground, bouncing a little awkwardly, but then eventually into the arms of Ryan Hall. He then gives it to Walker. Walker is tackled high.
Did he grab his shirt then?
Jack Walker's absolutely brilliant for a young fullback to play in the game he has today. It's sensational.
He is, Phil. That is not a high shot, though. He grabs his shirt. Danny Houghton's saying that. Look, grabs his shirt. He's given the penalty for a high shot. Well, that's one of those calls that goes for you. And he is I quite agree with you. He's a tremendous talent. Jack Walker, so brave, 18 years of age.
Here's Brett Ferris just taking the ball in his first touch. We've got 20 minutes, hasn't he? We've not seen a lot of Ferris in the second half of the season. Got a chance here, though, maybe to make a difference.
And playing in the playoffs for a fourth different club. He hasn't really played much, as you say, Phil, since the semi-final of the Challenge Cup against the same opposition. A big opportunity for him now, the number 19, to turn this game on its head. For the Rhinos, as Brian McDermott looks for the key that gets them back to Old Trafford. There's Parcell down the short side to Maguire. This is Callum Watkins. He gets the ball away, but Mark Minicello will accept the gift.
They were caught out in the first half with some of the offloads. You've seen it, Callum Watkins was trying to get the ball away to one of his teammates. Mark Minicello was aware of that danger.
It's brilliant hassling defence from Hull. What they're doing is they're getting up, they're making sure those offloads are untidy. Cuthbertson is still getting them away as Liam Watts is down on the floor with an injury. In terms of the rest of the Rhinos, the Hull FC defenders are staying in the frame. Is the injury.
Well, I think
it's like a slam dunk on the ground.
Yeah, well, his legs come up in the air, but his torso remains horizontal. So I think, you know, it goes to ground safety. I don't think there's an issue with that.
Well, looking at him very carefully, Liam Watts making sure our Powell, the Castleford Tigers coach, is safely through to Old Trafford next Saturday. Who will he be meeting? At the moment, Hull. Next Saturday, 5 o'clock on Sky Sports Arena, the Betfred Super League Grand Final 2017.
Can someone tell him he's playing in a Grand Final next week?
He's concentrating, Terence. He's concentrating. Watching, making notes mentally. Looking for the chink in the armour of these two sides.
I said before, Eddie, all he'll be looking at is making sure that these two teams give it absolutely everything. It goes down to the wire, and it's a bruising encounter.
I think he's had his wish as far as that's concerned. It has been no quarter asked, none given. As Sneed thumps the ball all the way down the field, but doesn't find touch, only finds Brad Walker instead. Jack Walker instead. Brad had a transfer then. Terry. Brad. This is Danny Maguire. Briscoe now.
And just 18 minutes to go, Eddie. 4 points in it. That man in particular knows how to win these crucial games, doesn't he?
And will not want to go out with Danny Maguire on the losing side tonight. Final Headingley appearance. Here's Singleton. Finds Ryan Hall. Finds Liam Sutcliffe. Under the challenge of Kelly. He's still going. Is Sutcliffe? He's still going. What a try. What an effort from Liam Sutcliffe. Leeds fight back. He's been quiet tonight by his own standards, Liam Sutcliffe, but suddenly he has just burst onto the scene. He missed the cup semi-final against Hull, but boy, he has put his stamp on this Super League semi-final against Hull. He's levelled the scores. It's 16 all, 17 to go.
Eddie Sutcliffe needed to score it, but what about that play from Brad Singleton? He got denied a try. Brad Singleton, he picked out the same line, run at the same defenders, but instead of trying to go through them, he tips the ball on. Look at this, everyone's expecting him to try and take them on. Jake Connor is looking what Sikamanou's doing. He tips the ball to that man, and that is a good finish.
Well, Rob Burrow began that speedy possession. He jolted out from dummy half. Brad Singleton followed him. Liam Sutcliffe got on the end of some of that momentum, and that's got Leeds Rhinos back in the game.
Well, last night was all about pressure kicking, whether it be a goal kick or a drop kick. This is a pressure kick. We've still got over 15 minutes left in the game.
It is.
Difficult kick. We're about 8 metres in from the left touchline.
He's kicked a couple tonight, so he's 47 for the season now. How he'd love to make it 48 with this. How he would love it. Enjoy the moment, Callum Watkins. Leeds are back in front, 18-16. Smiling again on the terraces at Headingley.
Well, they've played out there with their freedom. I think what's great about the Castleford Tigers, they've got forwards who pass to backs. Well, Leeds have set this try up doing a similar thing. Great pass from Singleton to Hall and then on to Sutcliffe. I get to see the movement of the ball, making defenders unsure in the steps.
Ryan Hall fields the kick-off. Here comes Mitch Garbutt. A seismic collision between Garbutt and those three. 15 minutes, Leeds back in front. Who wants Old Trafford more? We're going to find out. Ferris was perhaps guilty of moving off the mark. That would be maybe a bit pedantic.
Another good run from Singleton.
Played well.
Albert Kelly maybe caught a bit of an arm there towards the, is it the neck? It's gone down, maybe the throat.
He likes coming from the right to the left, doesn't he, with his run? Got good footwork for a big fella.
It'll be interesting to see the video referee's view of this. I think it's just a fend to the chest that rises up rather than a strike. I don't think they'll be taking any action on this.
He's setting himself for contact there. He's just got his bumpers up, hasn't he?
It's the ball carrying arm, I think, that's hit the chest, not the other way around. No,
Yeah.
maybe not.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. It's you know, he's hit the chest.
Those lateral runs, rather than going direct and straight and gobbling up the meters as he normally does, Singleton, he's going lateral. Defenders are accounting for him, then all of a sudden Albert Kelly, who thinks he doesn't have to deal with the big man, is in front of him and comes off a little bit worse for wear.
Okay. Cheers, Brad.
So Singleton will play the ball, and Kelly stays on the field. That's Burrow. Here is Mitch Garbutt again.
4. Move!
4 tackles gone, and Parcell looks for the runner alongside him. It's Brett Ferris.
5. William. Go 5.
Last tackle here for Leeds with Burrow. And all along the ground, and just goes the wrong side of the corner post.
There was some effort in that run from Ryan Hall, wasn't there?
Never gave up, did he?
Yeah.
Did not give up. Don't forget that tomorrow the stakes are as high as they are here tonight for these two clubs. Lee Centurions, Catalan Dragons. For one of them, it'll be Championship next year. The winners will survive in the £1 million game, 2:30 Sky Sports Arena. Massive match. High stakes. Players and clubs, jobs, futures on the line in the £1 million match. And hasn't it been dramatic over the past couple of years? Certainly last year. What an 80 minutes that was. This is Manu now. And he gets Hull over the halfway line. Houghton and Kelly. Good run from Kelly and a great ball to Gareth Ellis. Ellis, though, on his own against the entire Leeds defence, just takes the tackle. That's experience for you. Houghton now 20 metres out, goes to the left-hand side and finds Sneed. Further wide they go to Josh Griffin. Griffin slips the net from one tackle, can't get away from the next two. Maguire and Garbutt were there in close attendance. Twimavavi to Sneed, another crossfield kick, looking for Connor. The ball is bounced, and it's touched down by Jake Connor. He's claiming the try. Here is another $64,000 question for Robert Hicks.
No try.
They've no try on the field.
Can you check for a knock-on?
When he goes up, I think he knocks the ball back. It goes into a Leeds player, then he grounds the ball.
Well, I think that's what Phil Bentham thinks as well. They end up grounding the ball, so we're going to have a look. From the kick, they're all onside. It's all about the challenge in the air. I don't think there's any issues with anything. And I think it certainly looks like Jake Connor has got to the ball before Ryan Hall.
He's done this well all night, hasn't he, if he's got to it again?
He's the go-to man.
Yeah, he knocks it back, Stuart, you're right.
So it looks like it's gone forward there off Jake Connor.
You mean backwards? Back towards his own try line?
Well, I think it's gone forwards.
Forwards?
I think it's gone forwards. The momentum takes it forward. This should show us. I think he gets the ball, and then it travels forward off his hands.
Yeah.
Is it the camera angle, though? Can we rely on the camera angle at that point there to tell us?
I think the post pad tells us it starts off in front and then goes forward. So that's a knock-on. I think it'll be certainly no try confirmed on the field.
No try. Yeah, I think the evidence was compelling enough from that flick. I think it did go forward. It didn't look like it in the first instance, Stuart, you were right, but second look, it definitely seemed to drift forward.
game of inches, but he looks dangerous, doesn't he? Jake Connor, they set up on the left, they look to give him the ball back.
Look at that tackling. Kelly was on his back not long ago. Along with Connor, they put Jamie Jones-Buchanan on his backside. Ferris now takes it forward again. Right in front of us here. As Parcell goes on the scampering run down the short side for the Rhinos.
Eddie, we've got another tight game. We're coming up to the 68th minute. You're as fit as you can be. You're as strong as you can be. How mentally tough are you?
Stevie Ward goes down on tackle number 5, just inside his own half, and he's hurt, is Ward. He's hurt. Gareth Ellis pointed to the shoulder then, his own shoulder, saying that Ward might have a problem.
He's not happy, Stevie Ward. It's a heavy challenge, and when he goes to the ground, is it his neck?
Left shoulder, isn't it? Is it the elbow and the shoulder?
He's a player that plays well above his weight, and early on in his career picked up a lot of injuries.
And weren't there many of those in the shoulder
area?
There
were, yeah, there were. His left arm is on the floor as he falls.
And it's on his elbow.
There you go.
The point of his elbow as well.
So he's falling, his body and his arm are flat on the floor, and his body falls on the flat of his arm.
Just jars something. Well, this is a big moment for Stevie Ward. He dislocated his shoulder as an 18-year-old in that grand final in 2012. The 26-18 win against the Warrington Wolves.
Terry, are you still thinking the same way about those penalties that Hull didn't take in the first half?
Yeah.
Still happy that?
Yeah. Because if they would have took some of them penalties, Phil, it wouldn't have led to a try. And one of the penalties that they didn't take, they scored 6 points off it.
There was 3 penalties. The first two.
He scored 6 points off the second penalty.
The third one.
Okay. It's always good to have a little disagreement in the commentary box.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh, Stevie Ward's in all manner of pain there.
He is.
You just hope that he's okay if Leeds are to make the final.
And then he's just collided with Ben Thaler.
Cuthbertson comes back into the fray.
Last tackle, Matt. Ready?
I saw Ben Thaler there, Stuart, with a green and white card, which is the medical cross. I mean, isn't that for head injuries only?
It is, but he didn't show it. It was in his hand, but he didn't show it.
He showed the 10 instead.
Yeah, I think
so
it was
10
just in case he needed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Move, Brett! Hold, go 1.
Griffin then will take it forward for Hull. We've got 12 minutes remaining of this second semi-final, and as last night, there's 2 points in it. Couldn't have had 2 closer semi-finals than we've had here in the Super League this year. Sika Mano, you'd expect that from the top 4, of course. This is second versus third. Last night it was top versus fourth. And here comes Gareth Ellis. Oh,
Call forward.
Forward pass.
Call forward.
Oh, again, has he got this call from the touch judge?
Yeah, Scott Michalowskis on the far side.
Big call from him. Very big call. Looked a perfect pass. But maybe not from that angle, you see. And people say, why don't you go for forward passes on video referees? There's the reason. One way it looks perfect, the other way it looks forward.
From that second angle, it looked okay, didn't it?
It did. That's the angle we're watching from.
Yeah. This angle looks okay.
Heads in.
No.
Interestingly, the first angle we saw was the view that the touch judge had.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why he's called it, obviously.
Let's form up quicker. Let's get ready. Come on.
This one. There
Yeah.
you go. It looks forward.
No, the touch judge would have been stood on line with the ball, wouldn't he?
It's as near as he's got.
Briscoe. It's academic now because Leeds have head and feet at the scrum. They're back in possession with 11 minutes to go. They lead by 2 points.
Eddie, this is a big set of 6 defensively for Hull FC.
They know it as well as Cuthbertson goes forward, takes tackle number 2. 35 metres away from the line. It's this man Singleton who's been absolutely wonderful all night with these solid carries up the middle.
He has taken the game to the middlemen of Hull FC, hasn't he?
Parcell finds Burrow. And a slip from Rob.
Stand, that's 4.
Parcell is waiting behind him at dummy half. He then gives it to Cuthbertson. Here is Ferris. Ferris gets it away to Liam Sutcliffe again. He's under 1 challenge. He's under 2 challenges. He's under 3 challenges. Good job that Kelly was there. Here's Parcell. They're on the last Leeds. And it's with Ferris. Brett Ferris flicks the ball back. Picked up by Parcell. He then drops the ball off again to Singleton. Here is Ryan Hall. Hull scrambling defence, waiting, and Cuthbertson. Well, he's not normally a kicker, but that's not bad. That is not bad. Josh Griffin to the rescue. Josh Griffin to the rescue. Leeds will trap him in goal. How about that from the prop forward?
He is one of the most unconventional forwards in the game at the minute. Who else other than Cuthbertson would try a kick into space and then chase and try and make that tackle behind the sticks? It's a brave play. It's a skillful play, and his teammates in blue and amber, they respect his skill set and they chase hard. They get a repeat set of possession.
Eddie, there's 70 minutes gone in a pulsating game. They've gone short here.
They did go short. They went for a short goal line dropout hole to try and get the possession. Rob Burrow read the script. So here we go again. And here is Cuthbertson again. Make sure he doesn't get that ball away. Scott Taylor clamped the arm to him. Now it's with Parcell, 10 metres out, flat pass finds Maguire. Maguire going down the right-hand side. Drops it off then to Tom Briscoe. Ellis spins him to the ground. That's 3 gone. Not much progress forward, but maybe, who knows here. Parcell! Matt Parcell, underneath the posts, is pulled down, tackle 4. Brett Ferris is the dummy half. Does he fancy pinching one himself? No, spins it back instead to Burrow. Burrow will have a look, gives it to 2, thinks about it anyway, then gives it to the 3rd man, Moon. They haven't made any progress forward. They've reached tackle number 5. What have Leeds got in the locker here on this last tackle? It's a kick to the left-hand side from Danny Maguire, and it's claimed! So close.
He tries to spin all that and get the ball over the line. Just falls short though, doesn't he, Ryan Hall? Wasn't that a good build-up from Danny Maguire? Everyone was shaping, expecting him to kick to the right-hand side. He swings it back to the left-hand side.
Not a bad place to turn the ball over, is it?
No, trapped in the corner. These are tough guys.
This is a big penalty.
Well, this is what they need, isn't it? Hull FC running out of time, trapped in the corner. Need to get the ball to the centre field as quick as possible. Again, he earns a penalty. Maher Fanua.
That's a relieving penalty for the Black and Whites. It was Taylor to Sneed. Now Shaw finds Tuimavave. Tuimavave gets the ball back to Griffin, and Griffin was tackled immediately by Maguire. Wonder what the pulse rates are like of the 2 coaches here tonight, bearing in mind what we saw just 24 hours ago. This is as close as it gets, just like last night. Kelly goes down.
You need the running game of Albert Kelly, don't you? You need him to get his hands on the ball as much as he can.
Chris Green.
3. Move!
Goes down on tackle number 3, 40 metres from the Leeds line. Houghton then to Minicello. Minicello pops the ball up. Ooh, and Sneed retains possession for his team. Bravely under Maguire's challenge. Minicello now running flat. Oh, Ellis went without it. Leeds have got the ball back. Big moment in the game.
Well, they're trying to open the game up. They're shifting the ball everywhere, knowing that the clock's against them.
We remarked on that 10 or 15 minutes ago, how they're changing it up really. But a good balance and a good mix between going forward and shifting the ball. On that occasion, they've made a mistake and Leeds have got possession.
Here goes Ryan Hall now. As Leeds look to turn the screw. Score a late try that just might take them to Old Trafford. Burrow with a typical scampering little run. Ducks under the challenge at Tuimavave. Can't get away from Mark Sneed though. 4 gone. 12 metres out. Watkins dummy half. Singleton. Maguire. Maguire dabs it to the in-goal area. Thought he did. He only finds Sika Manu.
Oh, he did well to get that then, didn't he, Sika Manu? Brad Singleton's absolutely everywhere. He's pushing everybody out of the players. He wants the ball. Scott Taylor here with a strong carry. A good leg speed into the tackle.
Long way to go though between here and the Leeds try line for Hull. That's 3 of the tackles spent. 6 minutes remaining. Tense as it was last night. Chris Green goes down, tackle 4, still in just over his own, over the halfway line. Here is Albert Kelly. Has he got the X factor again? Gets the ball away to Manu. Good pass. Decent run. Good defence from Leeds.
And it was the no-look pass, wasn't it, from Albert Kelly?
Last tackle here, though, for the Black and Whites. They need a repeat set, if nothing else. They're looking for more here because Sneed is running it in that corner. Stabs the ball in behind Tom Briscoe. They're going to get the repeat set. They're going to get the repeat set.
Knows exactly what he's doing. Mark Sneed drops the ball onto the boot, goes at the line, he's pulling up those defenders, and they were sitting back waiting for that kick. They didn't know whether it was going to go high. He goes at the defenders, all of a sudden it's along the ground, it's behind Tom Briscoe, who does ever so well, tries to get back in the field of play, can't do so.
And that's the first goal line dropout that the Black and Whites have forced here tonight.
Well, they get
Leeds are in no hurry.
Get 6 players, 6 chances. It strikes me in recent weeks, and especially here tonight, that Jake Connor, the guy playing wide on the right with number 14 on his back, is the go-to man. Can they get the ball on a one-on-one situation?
Well, Chris Green will take it forward on tackle number 1, gets to within 30 metres. Danny Houghton is waiting at dummy half and gives it then to Scott Taylor. Taylor keeps the legs pumping. They're 20 away now. Play the ball here to Houghton. Houghton then to Kelly. Kelly finds Sneed again. Short ball to Minicello. Solid defence. Maguire stood his ground well tonight.
That's been the battle all night, hasn't it? Maguire versus Minicello.
Sneed will go back the same way. Mark Sneed. Again, Maguire with a very important challenge. Here's Houghton. Houghton gets it back to Kelly. Kelly then will find Jamie Shaw. Manu. Use the big men. Down the middle. That's exactly what they do. Down he goes on tackle number 5. Now then, inside the last 5 minutes, can Hull do something here? It's out wide looking for Briscoe. It's palmed backwards by Briscoe and Walker to the rescue, and Leeds have it, and Leeds are 4 minutes away from the grand final.
Well, what about Tom Briscoe? Over the last couple of minutes, he's had to deal with a difficult bobbling ball. The ball was up in the air. He was under pressure from Hull FC. Leeds trying to battle the way upfield, but he's been through the horrors this season.
But not tonight.
But not tonight. He's met every challenge, Tom Briscoe.
Former Hull player, of course, is Tom Briscoe, as Burrow tries to get away from them. It was a good tackle by Chris Green. Last tackle here, and Maguire just pumps the ball into that corner. Griffin has to get on his bike to get to it. That's a great kick from Maguire. And Griffin's got 100 metres to go. And look at the tackling from Leeds, it's desperate. And look at the run from Griffin.
The old combination from the Rhinos. Rob Burrow, first of all, gets out from dummy half. Then it's Danny Maguire who kicks into the corner. They don't want their Leeds career to finish here tonight.
Houghton to Ellis. Ellis doesn't want his whole career to finish here tonight either. This is Houghton. Houghton to Albert Kelly. Albert Kelly goes down, tackle number 4. They're right on the halfway line. 2 left in this set. Houghton goes on his own up the middle. Can't get the ball away in the offload.
Where's this kick going?
Well, Kelly has it. It's going high and it's going out towards this right-hand side to Mahe Fanua. And he catches it, Mahe Fanua. Still the last. He gives it then to Bowden. It opens up slightly for Bowden. He's lost the ball, though. Leeds have it back. Leeds could be on the way to Old Trafford. 2.5 minutes to go.
We're forcing the error now. Some of the Rhinos players are down on the haunches as Walker gets this offload away.
And this is Cuthbertson. Tries to ride the challenge. Hull will get one more go, maybe. Look at the tension on these Leeds Rhino supporters. Are they heading back to Old Trafford? We'll know in the next 2 minutes. Liam Sutcliffe, is his try the crucial one that we've seen tonight? Rob Burrow at dummy half. Here now is Maguire. The Leeds fans find their voice as Briscoe takes it forward again. Gets them almost to halfway. Hull desperate for this ball back. They'll have it one more time. Bowden was entangled with Briscoe. Here now is Singleton. Singleton gets as far as Gareth Ellis. 4 tackles gone.
They'll kick this ball out.
They'll try. Jamie Jones-Buchanan will bring it back down the middle. This is the last tackle. Hull should get the ball back. After this, Maguire read the script. He finds touch.
Biggest defensive set of the season so far for Leeds Rhinos. Hull FC need to find a length of the field effort.
Thank you for your support.
He doesn't want to go out
1 minute,
a loser tonight.
1 minute's defensive effort. That's what Danny Maguire's saying. Roughly 6 tackles in rugby league lasts 1 minute. He needs 1 minute of defensive effort from the players in blue and amber.
So the grand final place comes down to the last minute of the second semi-final. Remember what happened 24 hours ago, all the drama we saw last night at Castleford. Are we in for more high drama here in the last minute of this match as Hull look to run the ball wide with Mahe Fanua?
Still going.
It's going to be an almighty effort to break down Leeds here.
Leeds in no mood whatsoever. We're in the last 60 seconds of the second semi-final. And here is Josh Bowden. Bowden releases the pass and gives it to Houghton. Here goes Mark Minicello. Mark Minicello gets it wide again to Twimavavi. Briscoe does brilliantly in defence. Helped out by Maguire. 35 seconds remaining. Lee Radford is up and down in his seat. This is Mark Sneed. Sneed then finds Albert Kelly. Kelly gets it wide to Jamie Shaw. Here comes Jake Connor. Jake Connor rides the challenge, gets it in, great hands, Mahe Fanua. Mahe Fanua keeping it going, surrounded by blue and amber, surrounded. And they get to him eventually. This is the last play. No, it isn't, it's over. That's the knock-on, and Leeds are back at Old Trafford. Brian McDermott has done it again. Brian McDermott has done it again with his Leeds Rhinos. Danny Maguire's career goes on another 80 minutes at the Theatre of Dreams. They have flown under the radar this year, the Rhinos. Yet they finished second in the table, 5 points clear of Hull, 40 points, just one fewer than their treble-winning side of 2015. And who knows, they could yet burst the Castleford bubble at Old Trafford in 8 days' time. Hull are crestfallen. The double dream is over. For Maguire and Burrow, the dream is still alive.
What a remarkable transformation for Leeds Rhinos. When you think 12 months ago they were involved in the qualifying eights, the middle eight, players like Burrow and Maguire will get to taste Old Trafford. And unfortunately for the Black and White's captain Danny Houghton, it's off to pre-season to plan their assault on 2018.
But you can take nothing away from Hull. They've had a magnificent season, and isn't that nice to see? Brian McDermott and Gareth Ellis doubtless wishing him all the very best for his retirement. And Rob Burrow and Ellis, they embrace. Game played in wonderful spirit tonight. For Hull, the dream is dead. For Leeds, the dream is very much alive. And this awful record that the Black and Whites have at Headingley just goes on. 13 straight defeats now for Hull on this ground. Many people tell you that's bunkum when you say things like that it doesn't matter. But there is a hoodoo hanging over Hull at Headingley. There's no question about that. Right, let's find out who is the Betfred Super League semi-final man of the match. Well-deserved, Bill. It is Brad Singleton.
Correct, Eddie. Brad, congratulations. There's some silverware. Bit more in stake now next Saturday, which is a tempting prospect.
Yeah, it was massive, really. From the depths of last year to now get to Old Trafford again, I think it's just massive for this group. And just to sign Danny and Rob off there in the right manner, I just think it's very emotional. I think we're just going to get over there and hopefully get the job done.
It was nail-biting all the way through. I mean, there was never a moment in that game when you could have felt comfortable.
Oh, no, never. I think if you want to get to the grand final, it's like that. We've got a lot of big characters that are going to dig deep in our side, so that last 5 minutes was nail-biting, like you said. I bet the neutrals loved it the past 2 nights. And, yeah, it's just a big win.
It would have been a lot easier, Brad, if you got that ball down when you were over the line.
Yeah, it would have been, because I did.
Did you?
Yeah, of course I did.
Well done. You got the man of the match. You've also got a cheque for a charity of your choice, £250. Where's that going?
Yeah, it's going to Barrow